Welcome to the practice activity related to CIA Triad. So in this practice activity, I'm going to share with you a couple of situations and then I'm going to ask you to identify if you can correctly detect which pillar of CIA has been violated. It's going to allow you to apply some of the knowledge that you've learned in the previous lecture. So let's begin. So let's say you work as cloud engineer in your enterprise, and your job is basically to maintain and access the data stored on the cloud for your company, right? So one fine morning, you walk into your office and you want to log in to your system in order to access the data of your company which resides on the cloud. And when you do the login, you see this error message that your account has been locked due to multiple failed attempts to log in. Now, clearly, someone tried to access your account. They gave the passwords maybe a couple of times, and as a security measure, the cloud company has locked your account. Now, which pillar of CIA has been violated in this instance? Is it confidentiality, is it integrity, or is it availability? I'm going to wait for a few seconds, and in the meantime, you can try to come up with the solution. So, in this particular situation, the pillar that has been violated is actually availability. See, the point is that since your account is locked, and imagine if you really need access to some data immediately, maybe a client has requested something or one of your applications needs some of the data. So at this point in time, you have an issue of availability of your data, right? Obviously, you may be able to resolve it eventually by working with the help desk, or maybe you have a backup email to reset your password, or it could be any other mechanism. But at this point in time, it's a bit of problem of availability. Now, your confidentiality and integrity has not been violated, or at least that you know of, because you don't have any proof that someone actually gained access to your account. A noteworthy indication is that, so basically they had failed attempts, right? So they were not able to actually log into your system. So your confidentiality of your data as well as integrity of your data can be assumed to be, still intact. So that was the first situation. Let's see if you can solve the second one. Now, let's say you're working in your office and you have to send out an email to some of the employees in your organization, and this email basically contains some confidential data or proprietary information of your company. So what you do is that you write your email and you send it to all these people, but by accident you also included someone from another organization, and now they have also received a copy of that email. Now, in this situation, which pillar of CIA has been violated? I'm going to wait a couple of seconds. So, the correct answer in this situation is confidentiality. See, confidentiality is when someone who is not authorized access to certain classified information gains access to it. Now, this doesn't matter whether that person is going to actually, exploit that information or not. At this point in time, the confidentiality of your data has been compromised. Okay? Let's move on to the third situation. So once again, assume that you work as a cloud engineer at your company and you manage the data hosted on the cloud for your company, right? So during the night, what happened was that an attacker was able to get write access to your database, and he was able to insert some malicious records or some malicious documents in your database. He was not able to actually read any of the data, but he did get write access, so inserted some malicious records. So in the morning, when you come and you run your daily data verification checks, it sends you an alert that there is some problem with the data. So in this situation, which pillar of CIA has been violated? Is it confidentiality, integrity, or availability? I'm going to wait a couple of seconds. So the correct answer is integrity. See, the confidentiality has not been compromised because, as I said, they were not able to get any read access, so they were not able to actually read any of your data. So they were not able to compromise the confidentiality. They did get write access and they were able to insert some records in your database. So now you cannot trust the data to be valid, right? So the integrity of data has been violated. And as regarding availability, there's no issue. You have access to your data still, right? So the right answer for this situation was integrity. So I hope these practice activities have given you some tips and insights into to be able to discern, which pillar of CIA is violated in different situations. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lecture.